Hello and welcome. I'm Peasant, and today I'm taking on Scotland 5 with Finder of Paths Unseen. So, main things I've got to play around as Finder is my own responsibility to the dead rule. After one of my actions destroys invaders or Dahan, I actually lose a presence and an energy, and if I have no energy, I lose 2 presence. So I've got to be careful with that. Scotland 5 does Scottish things. I think the thing I'm most likely to forget is run off and bilge water, because I've played at the low difficulty a fair amount. So if they blight in a coastal land, they will add a blight into this ocean. But I think I'm pretty much ready to go. I like to go turn 1, gain a major, so I guess I'll just do that, shall I? I guess I'll just do that. We've got this desert explore, which is okay. I mean, it's convenient for us. It's in with this presence here, so we should hopefully better use something like this. Depending on what elements we have, turn 2. All depends on those old elements that we may or may not have. But I like to go turn 1, gain a power card, place a presence. I'm almost certainly going to be a sun presence. I'd be very surprised if it was an earth presence, but we shall see. We shall see what we're offered. Okay, game, what do you got for me? Okay, the game just thought, hey, why not have indomitable claim? Why not have that? Why not have that indeed? That's pretty intriguing. I mean, this feels like the obvious one to pick, because it's acceleration on turn 1. Even if we can get the energy together, which we can, because we can use this presence placement to get 4 energy. We can use this to defend, and then that's on the coast, which is our main area of priority against Scotland. So I think we take indomitable claim. I think we do. I do try and make these playthroughs swift if I can. So we take indomitable claim, and I tend to typically want to forget ways of shore and heartland or aid from spirit seekers. I think I'm going to forget aid from spirit seekers. Okay, well that's an intriguing thing. So we can use indomitable claim round 2. Right, we've got a place of presence. Put my hand down here. Got a place of presence at range 2, so pretty much anywhere on this island board. We're going to be indomitable claiming turn 2 in here, almost certainly. On this turn, we don't have bad options. This is why I quite like the turn 1 major. I'm pretty sure this isn't typical, because these actually do some stuff. A surprising amount of stuff turn 1. Now, Pathside to Nature is actually pretty amusing against Scotland. In this case, it's actually not as good as it often is, because the jungle's just here, so it will still provide adjacency for their kind of building without buildings kind of effect. So Pathside to Nature, not quite as ridiculous on the F board, unfortunately. But, you know, these are decent things to do. Decent things. I mean, I do like to have a bit of a project of slowly dragging things out to the inland with Finder. I think the main thing, though, to think about is that if we're going to be doing these push things, we like to keep our kind of our good elements for that. Which I think this is a good little turn 2. This is quite a nice little combo, these 2 cards. We're often going to be on quite low plays. Well, the way I play this, I'm typically on quite a lot of low play. So this is quite nice because we've got the sun. So we get both of these pushes, which is generally enough to sort out some problems. So I'm not going to use Traveller's Boon. Could use Paths Tied by Nature and push the city that gets built there this turn into here. I mean, seems a bit shady, but we should have a good counterattack. We might even get a Dahan push. Yeah, we're not going to have the second action, so there's no point stacking things up in there, because we're only going to get to kill 2 things anyway. But, so I think we're circuitously and wendinging, you know how it is. So we'll place a presence somewhere. I think we place it in here. for a bit of potential circuitous. Actually, we could actually just use it to push a Dahan in here, which is kind of interesting, though. The benefit of that being we've just got a more likely chance that we'll counterattack effectively. So yeah, actually we'll I can push this Dahan into there. Let's just place a presence for targeting. So this land's a little bit awkward, so I think we'll place here so that we're kind of targeting everywhere we want on the island. Okay, God, that took a while. So we're circuitously wending. That's going to happen in the slow phase. Then, so we do not have a fast phase. So we don't do anything. Fast phase, island, effect, event. We do flip the event, we don't do it turn one. Cultural simulation. Okay, happy not to have that happen. And then we've got a build. I've gone and tidied everything away, haven't I? He's gone and tidied everything away. All right, have a city. And we have our town on the coast. We have an explorer. So it's a mountain explorer. And we don't get any... It wasn't a coastal land, so they just go into these mountains here. And they're not towns. Okay. So now we have my slow phase. So circuitous and wending journey. We could just use it to prevent this build. And why not? Why not do that? Why not? I think that's just a good thing to do, right? Yeah, let's just push them in there. We could put this in here, but I'm probably just going to let this inland land go. So yeah, it would be a waste. Okay, that was my slow phase. That goes to the discard pile, and now we are back to the growth phase. Now, keen to just get indemisably claiming ASAP. We can do it this turn because Finder is surprisingly energetic. I mean, I know that, you know, if they're kind of like a little hummingbird, they've probably got more energy than you'd think. Well, I mean, they've got an appropriate amount of energy, which is a lot. I don't know where I'm going with this. Okay, there we go. So we've got the +2 energy from here, and this 2 energy would be on the track. Let's do it properly, peasant. Do it properly. Where are we going to place a presence? In any land. Of course, we're prioritizing this because it's coastal, so it would be a blight here and then an extra one here. And you just prioritize against these guys. That's what you do. Where do we want this presence? So we're not going to have these things this turn, but next turn, probably I will do something along the lines of this little combo here. Now, the beauty of this little combo is we'll get to push 2 things out of a land in the fast phase. So we can use that to just mean that a land is fine. I mean, we could even, we could even, instead of indomitable claim, we could even do that this turn and by going for a +1 play. I don't think we want to do that. Let's do that in here. We're going to place a presence in here. The next turn, we'll push the town and the explorer. I'm kind of ignoring these cities for now. I think I'll try and gain another major on the reclaim. That's probably going to be my plan. Okay. So we've placed our presence. We get our income. And I'm going to put the 2 from there and the 2 from there on indomitable claim. Okay. So fast phase will indomitable claim. And that's going to place a presence in here. No. Yeah, I'm just trying to work out what to... Just thinking for a moment. I know, it's horrifying, isn't it? All this thinking that's going on. Just bit of the old thinking. Yeah, so we're in. I'm just wondering what presence to place. We could get this moon out. Actually, it doesn't gain us an extra energy. It just gets us a moon. Yeah, we'll get the energy. Especially as we've got a relatively expensive card we're going to be wanting to play repeatedly. So we'll add a presence in there. And then we have 20 defend. I suppose I'll do it. No shortcuts here. I'm actually going to get out all of the dice. Just for clarity, there it is. 20 defend, probably more than I need in there. Okay, so that was the fast phase. Okay, we still have a healthy island. Now we have our first proper event of the game. What is it? It's hard-working settlers. They work hard. They settle. So either we can act cautiously in the background, we can push up to 2 Dahan, add a town to a land without towns, immediately ravage and land with the most invaders that matches a ravage card. Well, I mean, this unfortunately is we don't want that. That'll be a blight now and then an additional 2 blight in the actual ravage. Okay, create unnerving distractions. Ravage cards skip up to 1 matching land on each board, and I choose which. Well, that's just good for me, and that saves me a blight. 1 fear. Remove the bottommost stage 2 and stage 3 cards in the invader deck from the game. Oof. Oof. Rough. So we either end up with 3 blight and a blighted island, or we end up losing some cards. Now, Scotland isn't that fast, so maybe we go with create unnerving distractions. So I think I prefer that to having a blighted island already. It's a bit early for that. So okay. So we'll go with create unnerving. So we'll skip a land on each board. It's going to be this one. We gain a fear. First fear of the game. Feels good. I mean, yeah, this might really scupper us, but it's come at a bad time. Okay, remove the bottommost stage 2 and stage 3 cards from the game. Okay, so my coastal land is face up because that's how I roll. So bottommost stage 3 is the one right on the bottom, and then bottommost stage 2 is this one here, and they're out. We have a faster game, but I prefer that to having a blighted island this early. We'll just put those over there, out of the way. Okay, so that's that, and then my beast does nothing because it's not really in a place to do anything. Oof, hard-working settlers, eh? And then we have a ravage. So this doesn't happen. This does. There's a counterattack, and we gain a fear for killing that town. After all that effort, after all these dice I got out, just one measly fear. Okay, that was the ravage. Then we have a build just in this mountain. And then we have explore. So it's a jungle explore. Okay. So it's also got the threshold effect. Sorry, the escalation effect. So we're going to add a town to a land that has the fewest number of towns. So I think I'm going to place it in here with the beast. Because, yeah, I think the beast might just deal with that. And then we have the Coast Explore, which is a town because of Scotland. I don't know. That's just how they roll. That is just how they roll. That's the Explore. Slow phase, no. No! Slow phase, no! Okay, now this can go into my discard pile. And I'm starting to think what would be really great is to drag a load of Dahan into here for a nice big counterattack. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's my plan for this turn, and then we could reclaim it and Indomitable for a big old counterattack in this coastal jungle. Lovely stuff. Okay, so we are in the growth. I like my plan of doing this pushing to prevent this from mattering. So I think I'll do it. So we do have a growth option here. Now, it'd be nice to be able to play... Oh, yeah, so to play both of the cards that I have in mind, I'm going to need to go with the add presence +1 play this turn. Otherwise, I can't do it. It would be nice to open up a space on the board that means I can get to a +1 play. We've got 2 options for that. We've got the mover presence or an air, and we've got this one here. I prefer this one. The extra ranging thing is surprisingly handy. Yeah, and the extra energy too. So I think I will place this presence here. So that's an extra energy of that. So we've got an energy income of 5 now. And this goes at 1 range. Do we care too much about it? We're playing these cards and I've not really looked at what they do. So what I'm thinking about... Oh yeah, the Traveler's Boon. So I was playing it purely for elements. What would be good is we could use it to bring more Dahan over here. or at least one Dahan. Let's take a Dahan from a land where it might not have a good time, this land, and put it in a land where it will have a good time. There, how about that? How about that? So our presence is going in there. We've now got all this lot that comes in. And I'm going to go with these two. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm doing. Yep, that's what I'm doing. So that's my card choice. Now into the actual fast phase. So we have 2 moons and 2 air. And we also have 2 day and 2 air. And we have this Ravage incoming. I mean, we could just do this, but I think setting up for this big counter here is even better. So, as in, getting loads of Dahan in here is better than having a slightly dirty Ravage in there. Because killing those cities, once you kill these cities against Scotland, they crumble like an old bit of shortbread. So yeah, let's okay. So we'll use this one, and then we could leave the Explorer in there, but it feels like an unnecessary risk. So we will push up to half invaders from here. Push you into there. And we also get to do it with Dahan, so we'll push a Dahan into here. And there are no beasts. We can't push this because it's rounding down on this one. And then we also get to push an invader. I mean, we could go for the heartiest, biggest counterattack. I think actually we will take the risk. Actually, no, we're going to use Traveler's Boon to bring this into here and then into there. Oh, I've actually slightly messed it up. I have slightly messed it up. Oh, no, it's fine, it's fine. So we can actually leave this Dahan here. I'll push this in here for safety. So that was these 2 things done. Let's actually mark. I'm just going to use these strife tokens to mark when I've done things. I've actually not even thought about the isolating. Not even given it a moment's thought. I don't tend to really notice. Once you get 2 isolates, it suddenly, for me, becomes exponentially more power. Well, exponentially? Bigger power. Bigger powerfulness. Okay, we've pushed this and cleared this land. Now, let's do this and then work out what we're isolating. Okay, so we're going to use Traveler's Boon on ourselves. We could actually prevent this build as well. That's pretty cheeky. So we will move up to 3 of our presence to 1 of my lands. And we're playing single spirit, so another can target me. So I'm going to move this presence into this land and then move an invader and a Dahan, and there's no beast to move. Okay, that's Traveler's Boon. And then we have Offer Passage between worlds. So I'm going to use that. This is the mistake. I should have put a presence in there. I'm not going to undo, though. In fact, this is somewhat disastrous, because now I don't have any kind of counterattack in there. Well done, peasant. Well done, peasant. That's all I can say to that. So we're going to have to do a bit more setup to get the counterattack, the glorious counterattack that I'd planned. I've messed it up. So if I place the presence here, this would have worked, and it doesn't work because I didn't do that. Well. What a shame, eh? What a shame. I'm going to use this here just to cluster these Dahan on the coast and have it so there are no lone Dahan. Okay, that was my slightly Pope. We've got 1 isolate to do. So we've had a stage 2 card. So no point isolating a jungle. We're well equipped to deal with this land and this land, really. But I think, yeah, let's just isolate this, because remember, Scotland does explore with towns, so it's a bit more serious when they explore. Okay, that was our slightly disastrous fast phase. I mean, it's all right. Okay, it's not terrible. Now we do the rest. So, is the island healthy? Yes, it is. What's our event? It's population rises. On each board, add a town to a land with things in it. With explorers or towns. Hmm. 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 Yeah, this is frustrating. This could have been glorious. I'm going to add it in there, I think. No, no, no. Let's add it in here. I'm going to add it in there. Okay, that was population rises. On each board, add a disease. I probably should read the whole card before I start doing things, but I mean, I am what I am. On each board, add a disease to the sand or mountains with the most buildings. That would be you, sir. Each spirit release 2 Dahan gains an energy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, that was an event. And then we have a mountain ravage, which doesn't matter. We have a jungle build. This prevents that. And then we have our explore, which is a mountain explore. Wow, we keep on not getting coastal explores. We do have the escalation effects. We do have to add a town somewhere that has minimal towns. Actually thinking here's best. Even though it is Scotland, we've got a great big honking defend card that we can use if it comes up. And if we can keep on isolating the coast, it does make our life a lot easier. I think I'm going to go with that. I'm going to trust my instincts on that. Okay, so that was the explore. Now into the slow phase. We don't have anything to do in the slow phase, so that's basically the end of that round. So, looking at the board this turn, I'm pretty sure that indomitable claim in there is the thing to do. Partly because it's a double blight ravage. And this is a rancid turn. What can I really do with this? I've got a single push on the elements. I mean, I suppose I could do a bit of isolating as well. But we could go for a major. I think, yeah, this is a good solution. So I think we're reclaiming. We are going to gain a power card. We're going to have a lot of energy. We're going to have an energy of income of 5. Which is pretty good, right? That's pretty good. Interestingly, with our indomitable claim, we reveal this any off our track, which we might be able to use to do some of these things. What power card do we gain? We're still very low on plays. We've still got a couple of cards that we've not used. Path Tide by Nature does have good elements for us, but not as good. I mean, I think these 3 here, Ways of Shore and Heartland, and Paths and Wending are all... I mean, this is just a bit too whimsical for me to stand, so I might have to just forget it on principle. We're only going to get 1 card play. Yeah, the nice thing about going for the early mages is it means that when you subsequently start collecting other powers, you kind of know what you're working towards. So what do we get? What do we get? Transform to a murderous darkness, manifest incarnation, weave together the fabric of the place and sweep it to the... Okay, we've got some weird ones. We've got some strange ones. Well... Okay, this is not necessarily the ideal collection. I mean, manifest incarnation... This is a card that I don't think I've ever used with Threshold, and this would be an opportunity, unusual to have these kind of elements kicking around. For me. For me. Crikey. I don't think any of these are cards that I've used much. Sweep into the sea, we have good thresholds. Doesn't destroy the actual cities, though. I mean, that's the thing, right? You kind of... It's so easy to bunch everyone together, but then you want something that can destroy everyone. I mean, if I was a little bit more competent, I do have pretty good Dahan movement. We could go with big kind of woven. We could be weaving together big lands. It also does have this remove on air. And we have we've got an any here, we've got an air here. Pretty easy to start actually just using this to remove invaders. And it's not that expensive. given our energy income. But this is great big lumps of fear. Scotland has a pretty big fear deck, so that would be pretty handy. I mean, this is, if I get this threshold, it's 9 fear. It's expensive, right? But it does have the moon air that we like. We actually like the mountain as well. Sorry, moon, sun. Yeah, I don't think we like transform into murderous darkness. Not really our vibe. Okay, we'll forget. We'll not do you transform into murderous darkness. I mean, we're not going to use any of these this turn. How likely are we to get this? Okay, so we can get a sun and a moon just on our tracks and an any. So this is actually really viable. It also removes, just straight up remove stuff. And then the Dahana doing the damage. So this kind of, I think it might be Manifest Incarnation o'clock, even though, I mean, will I ever get to use it? Weave Together, basically the trouble with going with something like Weave Together is that we are then waiting for another major power card before we actually start destroying things. We can actually combo Indomitable Claim and Manifest Incarnation, which is to get all the defend in the world. The word we actually want to do that. Not sure we would want to do that. The range issue is not a problem, especially as we've got this +1 range here. Crikey. Yeah, I need some kind of beat stick. And this is... Yeah, and this isn't gonna... I'm not going to be destroying, I'm going to be removing. So yeah, I think we go for Manifest Incarnation. Now, what do we keep? So, Circuitous Journey does have the moon on that we're pleased to see. Let's get rid of Ways of Shore and Heartland. Bye. Okay, so we have Reclaimed. We've got all the energy in the world. We won't have all the energy in the world for long. I think we go with the original plan of Indomitable Claiming. In here to prevent the blight and the blight in there. Feels a bit of a slow turn, but it is an acceleration turn because Indomitable Claim. Because, yeah, I think that's that for this turn. Do we have any of these things? We might have after if we choose to place this energy, but that might not be the right thing to do. Okay, so we've chosen our cards. We're in our fast phase, so we will use Indomitable Claim in here. And we will place a presence. Now, if we reveal the any, we would then have... What would we have? We would have sun, water, we'd have double sun, water. So actually we wouldn't have anything useful. Double sun's only good for this particular power. So this, I mean, the any's very handy, right? But I think we want to be getting more plays. We definitely want more plays. Because, especially now we've got another big card. So I'm thinking of maybe just getting the extra play. Here's the thing, right? We have Claim. Claim's a bit of a weird one. But it will mean that we could just reclaim and then have an extra thing to play. So I think I'm going to go with this. Okay, that was that. We don't get to do any of these. Sad times. Then we go to this. It's still a healthy island. What's our event? Our event is Cities Rise. On each board in the land with most towns, replace 2 towns with 2 cities. Excuse me. Excuse me. Well, okay. Well, okay then. Fine. You have all your cities. You enjoy those cities. Push up to 2 explorers or a town from a land with beasts. Well, may as well plop that in there as well. And then we've got an irrelevant Dahan effect. Okay, that was the event. No fear cards, no. Okay, we've got a Ravage here. That's just fine. Then we have a mountain build, which is less fine. And we have our first triple. And the coastal lands is going to be underneath. Don't be shocked. Okay, so coastal lands is next. We have a jungle and sand explore. So that's going to be a couple of coastal ones, so they're going to bring towns with them. And then an inland and a sand in Funland in here. Okay, that was the explore. We have no slow phase stuff, so that's getting out of here. This is in the discard pile. And what do we have here? So, oh yeah, this is not isolated right now. So we're back to the spirit phase. We've actually got an extra play now. Woo. I mean, it is a bit of a sledgehammer to crack a walnut, but we could use this for some defense. But I think it's better to try and power up even more this turn. I wonder if we could squeak out a Manifest Incarnation. Just squeak it out. Interesting, this city requirement. The range thing doesn't matter. We've got this +1 range. It should be relatively easy to get this threshold. We could move some Dahan into somewhere we want them to be. For example, so maybe something like this. And if we actually place a presence, we could get the any presence, or even the moon presence is just weaker for us. We'd be better off getting the any presence. Passage would be doing something for us, because we could, bring these Dahan into here for a counterattack. So we could get ourselves an extra card play and the any. We've already got the sun. We just need to play a moon card. Traveler's Boon. Oof. We could use Traveler's Boon as well. And then we've got lots of this pushing business going on. We could kind of make these ravages not a big deal anymore. That's pretty appealing, right? That's pretty appealing. And we'd also get to do some isolating, and we would be getting maybe towards... Once you start doing 2 isolates, it does feel incredibly powerful. So maybe we could go with +1 play this turn. And that could be... And maybe that could be a mountain. Then we've got 2 air, 2 mountain, 1 air, 2 water. We'd have the 3 plays we need. We'd have this threshold. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay, and we could also just use this to solve some problems. It's going to be I really want a Dahan counterattack in here, but I don't. I mean, we're already going to have a decent counterattack in here. I'm not sure if it's worth the extra work. We're going to have both of these pushes. Oh, except they have to be in the same land. So yeah, we can use Traveler's Boon to yoink something out of here. So if we are going to use Traveler's Boon, let's put presence in there and use it in there. Okay, that was our actual growth phase, or our whatever it's called phase. I forgot to get my energy income. Just forgot, got carried away. So our energy income now is 6, which is kind of silly, really. That's a lot of energy. Okay. So we can Traveler's Boon. So we're going to move this. Oh, we could move it into here for the big counter. Though they're going to build a city here this turn, and there's only 4 Dahan, but there are 4 Dahan in there. So they won't be able to clear that land. We could bring these Dahan in with offer passage. Yeah, let's bring this guy over with Traveler's Boon. 1 invader. It's only 1 that gets moved. Okay, so that's Traveler's Boon. Offer passage between worlds. We can move these somewhere. Do we really value clearing this land? Here's the thing, right? With isolate in the game, with our ability to do isolating, if we do clear a land, it's pretty great. Especially we isolate coastal lands. It's a pretty great thing. Yeah, I think so. 2 Dahan moving into here, there's a chance the event will just kill one of them. So yeah, I think we use Offer Passage to move them all in there. Actually, I think that's a mistake. I think this is better. I think this is slightly better. Because we can only move 4 Dahan at a time. Oh, I don't know where that town was meant to be. Damn it. I think it was in there. We can only move 4 Dahan at a time, so we don't really want to have more than 5 together, I don't think. Okay, those are those 2 things. Then we've got these things. So we've got these pushes. So let's push up to half round down. We'll push this fella. Let's not overload this coast. Push them in there. I feel like I'm being a bit inconsistent with my choices at the moment. Let's go with this push as well. So let's push this invader into here as well. And this is actually getting to the point where there's so many enemies that Indomitable claim it doesn't solve it. It's impressive. Okay, so we've done these pushes. Now we have the isolates. So we've got 2 isolates. Bearing in mind, we know that this is coastal lands. We can isolate this. Damn it, we're not actually going to clear that land. I think I shouldn't have pushed in there. Never mind. We don't undo. Well, I try not to undo here. So we'll isolate. We'll isolate there. It's still 1 less town, right? Okay, so that's our fast phase done. Okay, so we still have a healthy island. What's our event? Our event is pull together in adversity. I think we've only generated 2 fear this game. That's going to change. The rest of the turn, ignore a strife on each invader. Thanks. And then beasts do nothing. And Dahan do nothing of relevance. So well done. Well done, everybody. The main thing is we didn't get nest over here. So we have the Ravages, which are fine. Then we have jungle and sand builds. So let's load more towns for everyone. And a city over here. So we are getting worryingly close to the Scotland lost condition, but we should be able to clear this city pretty soon. So those are those, and this, and this. Okay, jungle sand build, and now we're into our coastal lands explore. Remember, we're missing 2 invader cards, so I might just run out of time on this one. So these 2 are isolated, so we get exploring town into here. Well. And okay, so now we are into this slow phase. Now we've done all that invader nonsense, and we've got Manifest Incarnation. I've never really used this card before. Let's just have a... So you get +1 fear and plus for each building, and for each... Oh, I've accidentally put 4 buildings in there. That wasn't really intentional, but I'm not going to complain. Remove a city, a town, and an explorer. Oh, we can really clear that land this turn. Okay. Those of you that are more familiar with this card will have realized this ages ago. Yeah, that's just really good. I think in here is good. Especially as the incoming Ravage build. If we did it in here, we wouldn't... Yeah, we're going to get a boatload of fear doing it in here. So we'll do it in here. So it's 6 fear, +1 for each building and for each of my presents. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 fear. Excuse me. So that's 14 fear, aka 3 fear cards and 2 more fear. So we haven't even finished. Remove a city, a town, and an explorer. City, town, explorer. Then invaders in target land, ravage. We do have the threshold. So they actually do -6 on their ravage. We also gain 3 more fear. So there's the 3 fear. 3 fear. And the ravage, so they have 0 damage and get killed on the counter, which is another 2 fear. AKA another... Wow, okay, they basically just took us to Terra 2 with 1 card. I mean, it was expensive, right? Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, right. So that was the slow phase. Yeah, that's all right. Better than a kick in the teeth. Yeah. I'm just kind of surprised. I mean, it's expensive. It's a hard threshold. All right, we'll discard these. This might not be a mountain now. And what are we dealing with now? We've got 1 million fear cards, which is nice. But can we make it 2 million? We have a jungle and sand ravages. We have, I mean, yeah, I think we need to reclaim here. If we reclaim, we're going to have 2 actions. And how much energy? We're going to get 6 more off our tracks. So we could, I mean, if we reclaim, we only get 2 plays. That's the downside. I think we could just set up for a really nice counter ravage here. Let this land blight. I mean, yeah, I think that's the plan. So we are reclaiming. We could gain a power card. So, do we want a minor power or a major power? I kind of think we want... It's not... we're not going to use Circuitous and Wending Journey anymore. You know, the time for that has passed. It's a turn 1 play. After that, no. Do we look at another major power? I think we do. It'd be nice to just solve this little problem, wouldn't it? Would be nice. So yeah, let's look at another major power. So we're doing the reclaim gain major power. Oh, crikey. Oh, crikey. Oh, crikey. Okay, this is nice. It's another remove invaders thing. Has reasonable elements for us too. Dream of the Untouched Land is kind of hilarious. My new setup could actually handle an extra island board, I think. Can we get the actual threshold? Moon, mountain. It's possible. It's pretty cool. If we could. These aren't going to help us with this. This disease token can prevent a ravage sometimes. This is another Sun Moon card. We're a bit Sun Moony. And it says Build Skipper. It's only a flipping Build Skipper. And it's more fear. This is the one I'm tempted to go. We've already got a big, expensive major. I think Dream is... I mean, it's removing 3 health worth invaders. I don't know. We need something a bit more industrial than that. But it's not... Crucially, it's remove rather than destroy. Which is fine. Let's go with Radiating Celestial Brilliance. I think that's good. There's hardly any blight on the island, so we can use it pretty much anywhere. So we will forget... I think I'm tempted to forget Paths Tied by Nature. It's very powerful. Oh, actually, this is good for getting Threshold on claim. Let's get rid of Wending. Get out of here. Get out of here, Wending. Right. So, I think we have a very straightforward turn here. We're going to let this blight. We're going to Indo-Claimo in there. And I think we're going to bring in... We're going to offer passage to just bring in these other Dahan for a big old counter. So that's our energy income. And we need to work out what other element to have. Well, we don't need to work... Well, it would be good to have some of these extra bonuses. So we could have a moon for a push, or even an air for a probably better push. We don't, of course, have presence anywhere. Well, I haven't revealed this move presence. It's very handy, but I've just not got there. Just not done it. Do we have any isolates? No. We could gain ourselves an isolate by making this a water. I mean, we know it's a stage 3, so we could save us. I mean, just probably, it's a very high likelihood that, you know, if any land is 50% likely to show up, and we are really running out of games, so we need to hurry up. Yeah, I think getting an isolate's good. We don't have any massively, yeah, we can't prevent any builds. So I think we go for getting this isolate, which is a water. It's a water. Okay, so we're going to indomitable claim in here. So we place a presence in there. Do we want... I mean, we've got... There's a high likelihood we're going to want to reclaim next turn. Actually, no, there's not. There is not going to be a ravage that matters next turn. We're not going to be reclaiming next turn. But what are we going to be doing? Almost certainly going to be doing this. So... if we do that, then we probably are going to want to... If we do this in this massive land, which is probably the only place that's going to be worth doing it in, we're going to want the defend 20 anyway. So I think we'll go with from the plays track here. Yeah. Okay, so that's in our Indo Claimo. We've got this to move for Dahan into here. So we've got 6 Dahan in here now. Yes, 6 Dahan. Yeah, the extra play means we could maybe cheese with Traveller's Boon and move a whole ton of presents to get to milk this for fear. Okay, so that was that. We do not have any of these things, but we do have a single isolate. Let's isolate this wetland. Okay, that was our fast phase. Okay, healthy island. What's our event? It's seek new farmland. In each land with 2 or more towns. Push a town to a land without towns. Well, okay then. So we'll put this in with the beast. I think the beast might kill it. I mean, we've got a lot of fear cards there. And then in here, we push a town somewhere. Let's add it in here. Just noticed that I've not done anything to defend this land. Whatever. It's fine. A little bit of blight. That's classic. So actually, I think I'm not going to push into there because this is much more likely to be dealt with by a fear card than this. So I'll just push that into there, and we'll keep it off the coast. Okay, that's seek new farmland. Okay, then 1 fear per board with disease. So we'll get one, and then it does damage to Dahan, but we have no Dahan in with disease. And then during Ravage, Dahan only do 1 damage, but deal damage before invades. Oh, God damn it. That's not helpful engaging on your own terms. All right? You've kind of wrecked it. Luckily, I'll still kill the cities, but that's a sad day. Because instead of having a complete clear in here, now we've got nothing. But we do have all these fear cards. Okay, how many? 5. All right, so at Terra 2, each player may gather an explorer or a town into a coastal land. Defend 2 in all coastal lands. Well, we can't clear this land anymore now, thanks to the... I mean, we could get a fear card that deals loads of damage, right? So let's just see. Let's just imagine getting a load of extra damage off a fear card. Let's just imagine it. Yeah, let's just drag these in, because they're going to... If nothing improves, they're going to build a city here anyway. So, okay, that's 1. And it's defend 2, but we've already got 20 in there. I'm not going to note it down. Defend 6 in all coastal lands. Invaders do not build cities in coastal lands this turn. Okay, well, that's good news. I'm going to put that here so that I can forget about it with it in plain sight. Each player moves up to 3 health of invaders from a land with disease or an explorer from an inland land. Okay, well, let's use this as a chance to remove a city. I think, yeah, we don't. This explorer is not about to build. Okay, next. Each player removes an explorer or a town from a land with beasts, disease, or at least 2 Dahan. So they're not going to build cities in here anymore, which is good news. We should still clear the cities. Let's remove one of these. I mean, clearing it entirely would be great. Last fear card. Each player may replace a town with an explorer in a coastal. Damn it. Yeah, that event was a very sad day. We were going to clear that land, and then that event showed up. Just covered it over. Just couldn't bear to look at it. Okay, so that was that. Now we're into the Ravage. We've got quite a lot of bad news Ravage as well. Our fear cards did not solve this problem. So, yeah, but... So we do the damage simultaneously. We're going to just kill both cities. We're going to kill both cities, so we gain a fear card, basically, for fear. Here there's a blight, and here there's a blight. And nothing going on in there. Okay, and then we have a build in cities. Now, this card is going to prevent city build. Thanks card. And there are no adjacent cities, so we don't get weird Scotland builds in there. Okay, and now we're into a stage 3. We are running out of time. Remember, we have 2 fewer cards in our invader deck. So, jungle, wetland. So, our isolate helps us here. We get a town explorer in there. And then inland, we have a couple of explorers. In here and here. Well. Interestingly, we can actually defend with Trees Radiate Celestial Brilliance. We don't need to reclaim for Indomitable, which probably would be good. Okay, alright. So, now slow phase, we don't really do that around here. Well, apart from on these turns. Apart from on those turns. Okay. So, growth phase. Growth phase. How are we doing on our fear cards? We have 5 fear cards before Terror 3. The Scots do not scare easy. That's basically 18 fear I need to generate before I can hope to scare them away. Okay, that's 6 energy in total off this track as it stands. We've got this in the bank already, so this looks like a good turn for these cards. I'm just planning now. We could play everything. What's the benefit of that? I hear you say. The benefit of that, we'd have to place a presence with this to play everything, is that we should get loads of these effects, right? We should get 2 isolates. We could even get the 3rd isolate. Remember, we've got this any up here, and we've got a presence to reveal. And then we've also got push-offs. So if we place somewhere useful, like we can place in here and prevent this city build. You know, we've got things we can do. We're almost certainly going to want to reclaim next turn anyway. Yes. Yeah, I think we want to play everything. And these all actually do something of use. So, yeah. So we're going to want to go with this, add a presence, card play. Oh, though, wait a second. Next turn, if I want to manifest and Indomitable Claim, that's 10 energy, which we would be able to afford. Oh, not if we radiate this turn. So we might actually be better not playing everything and just getting the extra energy for next turn. Is that true? Traveler's Boon is nice with manifest because we can just load up with presence. Yeah, we're only going to have 3 energy at the end of this turn. If we play all of those cards, then we'd have 9 energy. So we wouldn't be able to do these 2 at the same time, which I think is what we're going to want to do. And we could really crank out the fear if we though we could gain the energy next turn instead. Oh no, so we need to reclaim next turn, otherwise we don't have any of our cards. Okay. I'm just going to take a little break and come back. So I think I'm going to actually do some damage with Trees Radiate in here. I think that's a good idea. because this is a 7 damage ravage. This is only a 6 defend. We might just lose a presence in here anyway if we get unlucky with our event. And it's also going to mean we get a bit of fear earlier, which could help us with these annoying little builds that we've got kicking around. So that's one decision to make. The other thing I need to make sure of is that I actually have a presence in here if I'm going to use Traveler's Boon. Though, interestingly, I can use Path Tied by Nature to actually bring a load of these presents over here as well. And then, of course, need to make sure that in this land, there aren't so many invaders that I create a Blight Cascade. Lovely stuff. Okay, so we do have a presence place, and I've not worked out what option I want to go with here. We had the idea of getting the extra play, so we could play all of these. The extra play is kind of good, right? It means we get extra isolates, does it? Yeah, this means we've got an extra air and mountain, which is more than this any can provide. So yeah, I think that's pretty nice. We can even get a third air. We've got plants here. We could even get triple isolate. Is that right? It is right. If we go this move of presence. The move of presence ability is also going to be helpful just immediately this turn with manifest, because we can just load this area up with even more presence. So I think I'm going to go with the extra play. I'm going to add the presence into here, and I think I'm going to move a presence into... There's actually a person in there, so let's move this one in here as well. Okay, so that's our income. We will allocate it, and I think we should get enough done this turn that even if we can't afford the super turn we dreamed of next turn, though we can if we go... No, we can't do it. We can't afford the super turn, but it's okay. We should have a good enough turn this turn that we don't mind. Okay, so the spirit phase is done. Now we're into the actual fast phase. So I'm going to radiate in here, and just to be safer, I don't like, because the thing is, it's not only one blight that's going to fall here as well. It's going to be 2 blight because we're playing at Scotland 5. 5's got lost. So I think we want to trees radiate. Of course, the extra play means that we're going to have extra damage on this as well. Oh, I didn't even check I had this threshold. 1 second. 3 sun, 2 moon, 2 plant. Okay, we do have that threshold. Fine. So we're going to do that in here for 6 defend. And we get to do this threshold as well. Oh, and 3 fear, crucially. 1, 2 is a card, and then 1 more fear. And then they skip the next build action, which hopefully won't be relevant. We also do a damage per sun we have. We have 4 sun. There's no value, I think, in making extra sun. I mean, we've not decided what we're doing with that yet, because we'd just be destroying an explorer, and we should be over-defended here. So we'll just destroy 2 towns, okay? So that's 2 more fear. But we've been irresponsible to the dead. So I need to lose an energy and destroy a presence. Let's destroy this presence. So that's destroyed. Just put it kind of somewhere up here where it won't get confused. Okay. So that was trees radiate. And we've paid. We're sorry, okay? We're not that sorry. Okay, so we have Traveler's Boon. I'm going to move 3 of these presents from here, into here. I'm not going to stack them so you can actually see. So there's 5 presents in there. There's nothing we could move with them. Okay, and now we've got all this business here. So we have just quick sanity checks. So we have this one. We have got the 2 water. We've got the 2 air, 2 mountains. We've got, surprisingly, we've got the 3 air. So we've got all 3 of these. What about these? We've definitely got these 2. Do we even have this one? No, we're not that airy or watery. So we've got the top 2 of these and all 3 of those. Wow. Okay. So we've got a few things to think about. When we do our manifest incarnation, we're going to be removing it's a bit congested in here. We're going to be removing a city, a town, and an explorer. Let's just put these over here. And then there's going to be a ravage at -6. So we don't really... We've got no Dahan in there. So there's no big... So at -6, if we push out a city... We actually need to push out 2 invaders from there. But we can do that, of course, with our lay paths. We actually will be pushing up to half. So we could... Yeah, we could just push a load out. We might want to play safe because... Yeah, I think we want to play it safe because in case the event boosts the ravage damage or something like that. If we can keep the island healthy, that would be wonderful. So, we're definitely using that effect in here. So we're going to push up to half invaders from target lands. So how many invaders are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can push 5 invaders out. Ridiculous. The spirit's ridiculous. Did anyone ever tell the spirit how ridiculous they were? Interesting. So next turn, there's going to be a city build in this land, right? We could set up for a big counter in this central jungle. I think I'm going to do that. We've got Indomitable Claim. So yeah, let's push 5 into here. Wait a second. If I push the city in here, it's going to be allowing a build in here. So let's not push a city into here. Let's push everyone else. So 2 towns and 3 explorers. Yeah, that looks a little bit safer. And there's a lot of stuff going on in that land. And there's a disease as well. So we're setting up for a big counter in there. Okay, so that was this. We also get to push an invader or a Dahan or a beast. I'm not going to do that. I don't think. No benefit to doing that. So these are done. We've also got all 3 isolates, which is pretty glorious. So given that the Scottish explore with towns... I just think it makes sense to just isolate the entire coast, unless there's a better idea. Is there a better idea? I mean, the thing is, because they're dual lands, they're guaranteed to go on the coast. This is guaranteed to save me at least 1 town, so we'll do it. Triple isolated coasts. Okay, that's that done. That's our fast phase. Yep. Okay, so now Ireland is somehow still healthy, and we have an event. It is Bureaucrats Adjust Funding. Flipping bureaucrats. Actually, read the fine print on this one appropriately. So, how many buildings do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buildings. Okay, we're actually completely unaffected by the adjusting of funding. 2 fear per board with 2 or more beasts. Unfortunately, that doesn't apply. When invaders ravage, if the land has both Dahan and presence, defend 5. Okay, well that's also not a big deal. Though, interestingly, if I'd thought about this, we could have been paths tied by nature. No. There might have been a clever way of putting a counterattack in here. Okay. So that was the event. Now we have a couple of fear cards. What do we have? We have... Each player removes an explorer or a town from an inland land. Well, okay then. Let's move this town, I think. We've got a nice big counter planter in there. Yeah, let's remove that one. And each player moves an explorer and a town from a land with a beast. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Oh, well, we'll just prevent that build and pretend that we're happy about getting them in that order. Okay, so now we have coastal ravages. This is well defended. These guys get cleared for another fear card even. Okay, that's the Coastal Ravage, jungle and wetland build. So the way that I'm pretty sure about this, the way that the building works is you check if you've got something that's like conditional, you check it before you add. So in this case, there is no adjacent city, and then so this will not get a Scotland build, but there is now a city. So yeah, so it's not going to suddenly add one in there. I mean, it's isolated anyway, but yeah, and then there's no build in here because there's nothing in there. All right, and now we've got an explorer. And we really are a bit low on time thanks to that event earlier. Mountain and jungle explore. So we only missed out on one town, but that's I'm still very, very pleased. There's our mountains. There's a jungle. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Right. So we are now into the slow phase. So if we'd had a cheeky Dahan move into the desert of something, we could have put in a counterattack in there. But I think we're manifesting here is right because there's so much presence in there. That's so much fear. Okay, we're going to manifest in here. So first off, 6 fear plus a fear for each building and from each of your presence in target lands. So it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 fear. 14 fear is 3 fear cards. 2, 3, and 2 more fear. And we're at terror level 3 now. We're at terror level 3 now. Then we remove a city, a town, and an explorer. So that's these guys. Get removed. And then, oh yeah, we get plus 3 fear as well. So that's another card, and then one more fear left over. And they ravage ineffectually in here with -6. Well. So we are at Terror 3 now. Intriguing. Okay. So if can we do some yoinking here? And how much actual attack is in here as well? So that's 5, 10, 15. Okay, let's set up for a nice counter in here. We are reclaiming. We could even, wow, we're actually close to scaring them all the way back to Inverness. So let's Path Tide to Nature to move a couple of Dahan into here for a counterattack, and then we'll probably move the rest. Okay, God, that was a big turn. Right, that's the end of that turn. Everything's in the discard pile. So it's now time to reclaim. The other nice thing we can do is we probably will be able to do one of these push effects to push this city into here for the Ravage. Again, you know, it could go wrong. And we don't have a lot of time. Yeah, we're definitely reclaiming. And we're going to have 3 plays. We're going to have 6 energy income. So we have a total of 8 energy to play with. So we can't both Indomitable Claim and Manifest Incarnation. Indomitable Claim is great in here. So yeah, we're not manifesting this turn. So what are we doing? After we've paid for Claim, we'll have 4 energy left. We don't want this fear threshold unless they've got 3 fear cards left. Okay, we still need 11 fast fear to win in the fast phase, so we're not doing that. If we can keep the island healthy, that's still pretty good. But we only have 1 last invader card, so we've basically only got one more slow phase in the game. So if we are going to use Manifest, now this turn is the time to use it. I don't think it's correct to use it this turn, though. But it will probably generate us enough fear to win. We could just let the cascade happen. It shouldn't be disastrous, because if we do get one of the cards with only 2 blight per player, we can just replace it with Heavy Heart, of course. And we do have a whole bunch of fear cards as well. I mean, this plan is way more straightforward. So I'm going to go with the straightforward plan, which is Indomitable Claim. And I'm just planning here, so because I've not actually gained a power card yet. So it'll be Indomitable Claim. We're going to have 3 plays, and we're going to want to push this, and we're also going to want to play this. Oh, we actually don't have any presence in this land. That's awkward. So we're going to want to push a... So we could... Oh, we need to use this probably to push... Yeah, we're going to have to use both of these to push a presence and this city into here. And if we want to use this to drag in the rest of these to Harn. So to get that threshold, what do? We just need a moon. So actually we're fine. We're fine. We can use this to push the city and then use this bit to push the presence, use this to bring the Dahan in. So we've got, that's reasonable. If for some reason the game goes another turn longer, we can't use Manifest Incarnation, can we? We can't. Unless we get some kind of magical cheese. It's entirely possible. I think, given we've got such a good turn here, I think we just gain a major with this. I think that's the plan. I'm sorry, a minor power. So we're going to look at a minor power. What do we get? Mesmerize, Tranquility, Rotflies, Slumber. It all seems... doesn't seem to be doing much compared to this nonsense we've got going on here. More isolation could be nice. Don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. Really? Is the truth? Let's take... I'm actually relatively low on... Yeah, this just really doesn't matter. Let's just take something with moon or sun on, which is this. I'll probably never play it. I think we've just got better things to do. We've just got better things to do, all right? Better things. Right, so we've got our plan here with these. Yeah, I think we're okay. So we do have one more play. We have jungle and wetland ravages. There's only one that's actually going to do anything, unless we get very unlucky. Let's just have this for a bit more fear. It's a bit more fear and possibly more useful elements. Yeah. Okay, so... It's interesting. This might just actually be a mistake, but I'm doing it. So we are going to do this stuff. Oh, Indomitable Game's going to put a presence in there anyway. Whatever, peasant. Whatever. You're there flapping around, worrying about not having presence in there. You're playing Indomitable Claim in there. So we could have... Actually, we can't have Threshold this time. Well, we could actually make Threshold happen if we took that Earth and used that. But we don't want that. We actually want the Ravage to happen. Which is why this plan's a little bit flaky, because the Ravage might not happen. So we do that. We place a presence in there. Oh, we can actually uncover this, and then we could maybe push in there as well. Let's do that. We'll uncover that with our Indomitable Claim. Oh, except we can't use this now, interestingly. This, I'm pretty sure, we have to use it in the spirit phase, so we can't use it now. But that's fine. I'm not bitter. So actually, I'll uncover an Earth instead. Okay, but we're not triggering this. Even if we had the mountains, we don't have to do it. So we have Offer Passage Between Worlds. We're going to bring these fine people over. In you go. And we're going to... Is this just a mistake? I think it's just I think it's kind of helpful. We're going to radiate Celestial Brilliance. It's going to cost us 2 presents, in fact. So we're going to gain 3 fear, which is another fear card, which is largely why I'm doing it. We're also going to gain 6 more defend in here. I've not even checked we've got this threshold. Do we want to do this? I think we do. I think we do. Does seem a bit funky, but we're doing it. So we've got the 3 sun. We've got the 2 moon. We just need a plant. We'll take the plant. The nice thing is... Yeah, we do it. So 1 damage per sun. We have 4 suns. But I'm actually thinking... I'm just going to maximize... Actually, no, we could destroy the towns. No, let's destroy the city. Just, I don't know, superstition. So that's another 2 fear. And, crucially, we've disrespected the dead yet again. So we lose 2 presents. 2 presents get destroyed because we don't have any energy to spend. That's fine. Okay, if that's that, now we've got this stuff here. So... we can do these pushing things. We're going to push this city into here. And we also have this push. So we could just push this guy in as well. We're trying to finish that off. Okay, that was the pushing. Now we've got this stuff. So we actually don't have this. We don't have double water. What do we have? We've got this though. Do we have this? No, we've just got the 1 isolate. Well, it's unlikely to be a jungle given we've got these jungles here. I'm not sure how much it matters. Let's just put it in this wetland. Let's just put it in that wetland. Okay, that's the isolate. That's our fast phase. Okay, still got a healthy island. Let's see our event. Our event is local diaspora. In the single land with most invaders, push an explorer or town to each adjacent. That's a pain, all right? There's a lot of admin involved in that. So, where does it actually matter this turn? We have jungle and wetland ravages, so we have no Dahan for any counters. Yeah, let's push explorers. So 1, and let's prioritize not to the coast. So 1, 2, 3, okay, fine, 4, 5. So we should still maximize our fear generation in here. Okay, each beast generates a fear if invaders are present and moves to an adjacent land if not. This beast has done nothing. You've done nothing, beastie. On each board, push 2 Dahan from land with blight to land. Wow, this event card is just like, you know what, peasant? It's going to ruin your day. So we will push these to an adjacent, I guess, from a land to a land. Okay, looks like they both have to go to the same land. So we'll just put it in here. At least that clears this explorer. All right, event card. Well, hopefully these 6 Terra level 3 cards should account for it. Each player chooses a different land to isolate. Defend 4 in those lands. Well, let's isolate more coastline. Everyone loves to isolate coastline. Okay, what about this? Each player chooses a different land and removes up to 2 health worth of invaders per presence there. Oh, I did have a presence there from Indomitable Climb. So, well, we could remove some of these fine characters. Each player adds 2 strife in a single land, not matching a Ravage card. 1 fear per player. Well, nice, you know. It's a big, important decision, I'm sure. Each player removes an explorer or a town from any land. So actually we need, let's remove that one. In each land, defend 2 per Dahan. Okay, we've got even more defend in there. Each player adds a strife in a different land with at least 2 invaders. Each invader with strife deals damage to other invaders in its land. Okay. So, I think these guys murder each other. There you go. Well, strangely, ineffectual collection of fear cards there. Okay, so we're into the actual Ravage now, and finally, it's over. So we've got 26 defending here. The counter is enough to completely clear this land and gain us another fear card, but more crucially, remove the final city. And that's a wrap. Like the video if you like the video, and remember, if there are any mistakes or anything, please use a timestamp. Thanks so much for joining me, and yeah, I'll hope to catch you in the old future. The old future there.